The show is already chaotic when the camera cuts backstage. Adam Pearce is walking fast, phone in hand, clearly frustrated. "This isn't how I wanted it to come out," he says under his breath. "I didn't have a choice." He stops, slowly looks up. The hallway goes quiet. A massive shadow fills the frame. Adam swallows. "Now you show up." The camera pans. Brock Lesnar. No music, no smile, just Brock, standing there like a wall. "You said you needed leverage," Brock says calmly. "I gave it to you." Adam shakes his head. "You told me suspending the vision would make things worse." Brock steps closer. "It already did." Cut to earlier footage replaying on the screen. Adam Pearce apologizing, reinstating Braun Breaker, allowing all of the vision into the Royal Rumble. Back to Brock. "You had 4 dangerous men backed into a corner," Brock continues. "That's not control. That's a mistake." Adam exhales. "So you threatened me?" Brock tilts his head. "I warned you." A long pause. "You suspend guys like Braun Breaker, they don't calm down." Brock leans in. They explode. The camera cuts to the ring. The Vision's music hits again. Braun Breaker leads them out, confident, dangerous, validated. Austin Theory smirks. Logan Paul waves mockingly. Bronson Reed cracks his neck. The crowd boos loudly. Backstage, Brock watches the monitor. "That's why I told you to lift it," Brock says. "Not for them." He points at the screen. "For everyone else." Adam looks confused. Brock turns to face the camera for the first time. "The Royal Rumble is a fight." He shrugs. "You don't bring rules to a fight. You bring force." Brock looks back at Adam. "You put them back in the match." A beat. "Now they think they run the place." Adam clenches his jaw. "And you're okay with that?" Brock finally smirks. "Let them think it." Cut to Brock walking toward the curtain. "But when monsters start believing they're untouchable." He stops. "That's when you release a bigger one." The crowd erupts as Brock Lesnar's music hits. The Vision freezes mid-pose in the ring. Braun Breaker turns slowly, eyes locked on the stage. Brock steps out onto the ramp. No rush, no fear, just dominance. The camera zooms in on Brock's face. Adam didn't lift the suspension because he was weak. Brock mouths the words. "He did it because I told him to." Brock points at the ring. "And now," he cracks his neck. "I'm watching." The Vision stand their ground. Brock doesn't move, because for the first time since the suspension was lifted, the Vision don't look in control. They look challenged. The tension is unbearable. Brock Lesnar stands on the stage. The Vision stand in the ring. No one moves. Braun Breaker slowly steps forward, motioning for Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed to stay back. This is his moment. Braun grabs a microphone. So this is the big man Adam Pearce was hiding behind. A smirk. "You didn't come out here to help him." Braun tilts his head. "You came out here to make sure you still matter." The crowd roars. Brock doesn't react. He takes one slow step forward. Then another. Braun tightens his jaw. "I don't care who told Pearce what," Braun continues. "This is my ring now. Our division. Our Royal Rumble." He points at Brock. "Your history." Brock stops halfway down the ramp. He raises a microphone, slow, deliberate. "Kid," Brock says calmly, "I've been history." A pause. "I'm the part that never goes away." The crowd erupts. Brock takes another step. "You think I told Adam Pearce to lift the suspension because I was scared of you?" He shakes his head. "I did it because I wanted to see what you'd do next." Braun's confidence wavers, just slightly. Brock continues. "You don't learn by being protected." He points at Braun. "You learn by standing across from something that can end you." The Vision shift uneasily behind Braun. Brock locks eyes with Braun Breaker. "You're strong." A beat. "You're violent." Another step forward. "But you've never been tested." Braun snaps back. "You want to test me?" He drops the mic. "Get in the ring." The arena explodes. Brock smiles. Not amused. Interested. He removes his jacket slowly, never breaking eye contact. Adam Pearce rushes out onto the stage, panic on his face. "No, no, no, not tonight." He steps between Brock and the ring. "This is not sanctioned." Brock doesn't even look at him. Adam turns to Braun. "You wanted reinstatement. You got it." He turns back to Brock. "You wanted leverage. You made your point." Brock finally looks down at Pearce. "You asked me to fix a problem." He gestures to the ring. "I'm not finished fixing it." Brock steps past Adam. Bronson Reed steps forward inside the ring, cracking his knuckles. Logan Paul backs into the corner. Austin Theory looks conflicted. Braun Breaker raises his hand again. "No." He stares at Brock. "This doesn't happen on your terms." Brock reaches the apron. "One more thing," Brock says, gripping the top rope. You're right. A beat. This doesn't happen on my terms. He steps up onto the apron. It happens on theirs. Brock looks straight into the hard cam. Royal Rumble. The crowd loses it. Brock steps down from the apron, never breaking eye contact with Braun. You wanted the suspension lifted. He turns and walks back up the ramp. Congratulations. He stops at the stage. Now you've got my attention. The Visions stand frozen in the ring. Adam Pearce watches from the ramp, knowing the truth now. He didn't lift the suspension to restore order. He lifted it because Brock Lesnar demanded chaos. And the Royal Rumble just became a war. The camera lingers on the stage long after Brock disappears. Then, Braun Breaker explodes. He snatches the top rope and yanks it, shaking the ring in pure frustration. You hear that? Braun shouts, pacing like a caged animal. Royal Rumble. Austin Theory tries to calm him. We don't need him. This is still our moment. Logan Paul forces a grin, but it's thinner now. Yeah, big guy shows up, says a few words. That's all it was. Bronson Reed doesn't speak, he just stares at the ramp. Braun stops pacing. No, he says quietly. That wasn't a few words. He looks up at the WrestleMania sign. That was a warning. Cut backstage. Adam Pearce storms into his office and slams the door. He leans against it, breathing hard, running a hand through his hair. A producer off camera asks, "Did you plan that?" Adam shakes his head. No. Another voice. "Did Brock force you?" Adam hesitates. Then, "Brock didn't force me." He looks up. "He reminded me." Cut back to the ring. The Vision regroup in the center. Braun stands taller now, anger turning into focus. Brock Lesnar thinks he's the apex, Braun says. Thinks he gets to decide when the real fight starts. He smirks. Good. Braun points to each man beside him. Because while he's watching, we're preparing. Theory nods. Logan adjusts his wrist tape. Bronson cracks his neck again. Braun leans into the camera. Royal Rumble isn't just 30 men. A beat. It's survival. He steps back, voice rising. And Brock Lesnar. Braun smiles, sharp, dangerous. You didn't stop the Vision. He points to the ramp. You just told the whole world we're worth your time. The Vision's music hits again as they pose, not cocky now, but unified. Cut to the final shot. Backstage, Brock Lesnar stands alone, arms crossed, watching the monitor. No expression, no emotion. He turns to leave, but before he does, he says one thing, quiet, almost to himself. Good. Fade to black, because the suspension was lifted. The warning was delivered, and at the Royal Rumble, there will be no control, only consequences. The screen fades back in. Raw is almost over, but the feeling in the arena is different now. Uneasy, charged, like something has shifted. The camera cuts backstage one last time. Braun Breaker is alone. No Theory, no Logan, no Bronson, just Braun. He's staring at a wall monitor replaying Brock Lesnar on the stage. Over and over. Brock not blinking. Brock not backing down. Braun slowly cracks his knuckles. So that's what you are, he mutters. The final boss. He smirks. Good. Braun leans closer to the screen. You told Adam Pearce to lift the suspension because you wanted chaos. A pause. Well, you got it. The door opens behind him. Austin Theory steps in. People are already talking. They think Brock's coming for us. Braun doesn't turn around. Let them. Logan Paul follows, phone in hand. Clips are everywhere. This is the biggest thing on Raw. Braun finally turns. This isn't about clicks. Bronson Reed steps into frame last, looming. This is about territory. Braun nods. Brock Lesnar thinks the Royal Rumble belongs to him. He points toward the WrestleMania sign visible through the hallway window. It belongs to whoever survives. Braun steps past them, stopping in front of the camera. You didn't lift the suspension to protect the locker room, Adam. He shakes his head. You lifted it because Brock Lesnar reminded you what fear feels like. Braun's voice lowers, and fear spreads. Cut to Adam Pearce's office. Pearce is on the phone. Yes, I know. He listens. I didn't say Brock was entering the Rumble. A pause. No, I said he's watching. Pearce hangs up and stares at the Royal Rumble poster on his wall. Watching is worse, he whispers. Final cut. The Vision stand at the entrance ramp, looking out over the arena one last time. Braun steps forward. Brock Lesnar thinks he's the biggest man in this story. He nods slowly. Maybe he is. A beat. But even giants fall, when the ring fills up. Braun turns away as the rest follow. The screen fades to black with one final line echoing. The suspension was lifted, the warning was given, and at the Royal Rumble, Even Brock Lesnar won't be able to control what's coming. Raw goes off the air.